Okay, welcome back in on Tuesday. Today is a quick little lesson on 5 potential causes for your back pain. Number 1, lack of internal rotation in the hips. Number 2, thoracic mobility. Number 3, core stability, glutes and core. Number 4 is going to be swing mechanics, and 5 is going to be lifestyle factors. And we'll go through all of these right now. So first one, lack of internal rotation. Okay, how do we tackle that one right out of the gate? I've showed you the one with the hip drop, right? So you could really focus on fighting this hip to stay down, right? You don't want this hip to just come up onto that side, right? That's not doing anything for your internal rotation. So that's the hard part about really fighting these hips to stay down and not let that come up, to really work on that, right? And if you worked with a physiotherapist or a chiropractor, anybody that can assess you too, you know, looking at your internal rotation, we've kind of looked at that a little bit. So hip drops are a great one before a round of golf. Say you're going to get 10 of these aside, you can really work on it. Another one that you can do is the figure 4, right? So you're going to work on dropping this guy down, right? That's external rotation on the right side. And now if I force this foot down on this side, I get this foot in a good spot. Now I'm actually assisting a stretch, keeping this hip down and internal rotation on this side. Okay? Another good one. And then we also looked at, if you have a yoga block, 90-90 is also great. You know, you can really work on external here, but this back leg, working on this, getting this distraction in this hip. It's paramount if you have something to sit on, depending on your level of mobility, to where you're raised up a little bit, so that it helps your lumbar spine. So you're not like on an angle. You'll be sitting up a little bit higher, and you know, to see how much more comfortable it is to stay in this position too. Remember, we actively pushing this guy in the ground, okay, to really activate it in the internal rotation there. Okay. Again, what's primarily responsible for internal rotation is glute medius and then the tension fascial lata, the TFL, down the side, right? They are all right in here. And then with the mobility piece, remember we worked on that. You can put a ball on both, and when you can test it on this, doing the ball first and then doing this, or vice versa, to see like, wow, all of a sudden you may be able to hold your hands out there and you're not cramping, or you're not like leaning this far away, and to see what's going on in there, right? That's one thing. You can lean forward and then, of course, strengthening it, lifting that foot up. You can do holds. Another way to really help internal rotation for the golf swing. And we could go over others too, but that'll get you started on that. Number 2, right? Lack of thoracic mobility is going to be like an open book, right? We kind of worked on these a little bit, and just getting this chest, this pec minor, for people that have C posture, upper cross syndrome, right? All these, this open book is a great one too, right? I'm creating dissociation, keeping these hips down. You could put a yoga block, anything in here, a foam roller, to kind of hold these knees down, right? You could even put your other hand in here if you want to, like that, to crush that. So these hips stay right here. You don't want much rotation coming out of your lumbar spine, the lower part of your spine. You want to really feel that all in your thoracic spine. And if you need to take it out of your shoulder, right? If you have a shoulder issue going on, bend your elbow and then take a deep breath in, and then just go a little lower. And then you're really crushing your hand and your knees. So that will help you with your breath and your ribs Some people, if depending on what level you're at, you can push this knee down and you can block it with your other foot. And so this keeps this hip right here, and you can go over and then rotate. Sometimes it helps maybe to have a pillow for your neck. This is a great one to start off for getting more thoracic mobility. Number 3 is core stability. A great place to start off with this, again, is getting your glutes and your core working together. I like to do, what you do is find a golf club, go grab a golf club, and really work on, if I push my hands down on this club, head's in a good position, I'm gonna feel some activation in my lats, and I'm gonna feel my core, but then I'm gonna keep my hips level. So when you're in a good position here, hook-like position, and I can really feel push through my heels, and I'm gonna go into a bridge, okay? And I can push down on this club, and this club is staying parallel to the ground. That's what you want, okay? You can really feel glutes here, but then when you lack a little bit of stability, this is gonna dip. So when you feel the glutes firing on one side, then we can turn this into a marching. And those hips are gonna stay pretty neutral. When you shift to the other side, you're keeping your hips nice and steady, back and forth. And I'm pushing my hands down on this, opening my chest up, getting into my back on the floor. A great one, glute marching for core, and then activating the glutes. Adding some core stability, okay? Maybe you've seen people do shoulder taps on your toes is good. And it's anti-rotation. I'm not letting my hips rotate. I can really feel my glutes. If that's too tough, you can go down to here. This is always a great place to start anyway. It's to get into horse stance here. I'm staying out of my pec minor. I'm feeling my tricep, so I can raise up. I'm not interior rotated, right? When I raise up in here, I'm stable in my upper body. And if I raise my knees up a little bit, my knees are right underneath my hips. Good position here. Here's core stability. If I can transfer weight to my left side and then tap my shoulder, okay? And then you transition over to the other side. You can really feel it in your tricep and then tap over. And then once you get going, you're not really getting much rotation in the hips at all. Just try to break down as many as you can, 10. Maybe work up to 10 a side. So enjoy this lesson, make it a great day.